Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to the episode of the Arsenal Live. My video title, what the video is about. The video right here is a little quicker. Be a little faster. Come on, go to the game. The big three games. I don't know if you guys watched that. The big three league. I had a lot of former college players, former NBA players, stuff like that, all in the league. And they playing like 5 games. They played the 50. It's pretty fun to watch. I'm gonna record some of that maybe for the channel. But the video title of this video is who will win the Steelers QB battle. I know I made a Steelers QB battle video in the past. Oh yeah, also sidetrack. I'm not using the mic right now. I fight clicking all that stuff up. I'm about to go in a little bit. But yeah, I made a Steelers video in the past about the Steelers QB battle, and I had Mr. Trubisky. I still stand on that same statement. And Mr. Trubisky will probably win out this QB battle. I think the QB battle is more of a kind of like a mental thing, really, because he like Matt Canada, and you hear other guys talking about Mason Rudolph and stuff like that, saying Mason Rudolph has the opportunity to maybe be the starter. But in reality, I think they kind of using that to kind of like play a mind game trick, mind game strategy, kind of on Mr. Trubisky to see how you, I guess, when competition is there, and how you, and like this don't really like, they don't want to get comfortable. You don't want to get comfortable and think everything, think it's a guaranteed spot. Kind of like just like pushing them and pushing each other like that. And then drafting Kenny Pickett was also, so y'all can compete together and see like who's like that. And it also can be like, them watching and seeing, like, okay, if Kenny Pickett does just outshines all of them, I think come in, maybe he can start. But I don't believe that they probably will start Kenny Pickett. I think Kenny Pickett, no matter what he does, I think he'll always be stuck as a secondary. I think they want to ease him into things. Nowadays, I think Kenny Pickett about 24 though. He's 24, 25, but nowadays QBs can play well into their late 30s and maybe early 40s too, because of the new safety, precautions and the health remedies they got nowadays. So QBs can play for a while. So I think Kenny Pickett going to get eased into things. If he do play, and maybe he play the last game of the season, a game that's kind of like, maybe we already won, and I got a lot of playoff spot in or something like that. Hopefully, he play the last game of the season, and maybe let's just play, and we have no implications of moving up or anything, or nothing like we does like a window help us move up. So I think maybe that'd be a way he plays, something like that. But we'll see him in preseason for sure next Saturday. But I don't think Kenny Pickett will be the starter. I believe Mr. Trubisky will be the QB to win out the starting thing. I know people saying like Mr. Rudolph is keeping on pace with Mr. Trubisky, but I think that's more. But I think it's a little more than that. They kind of get, I don't know, either they like playing a mind game strategy to kind of like push Mr. Trubisky to see the best version we can get Mr. Trubisky, or they kind of like delusional a little bit, because Mr. Rudolph been here for like 4 years. It might be his 5th year really. So I think Mr. Rudolph has already shown us what he's capable of, and it's not franchise QB material. Now he's not as bad people say he is. Like saying, he's terrible. He's the worst QB ever. He's not none of that. I think he's all right. I think he has moments where he's solid, and then like around that. But I don't think he's franchise QB, like a franchise QB for our organization, or for the Steelers organization, not all ours. But you know how to say it in the fan base way like that. But the Steelers organization, I think maybe he can go somewhere else and get a new fresh start, and maybe somebody can mold him to that like that. But I think he's more like a solid QB. He's not bad or terrible, but he maybe can help you win some games here and there. But I don't think he's that guy who's going to change your franchise. So you'd be like, we can bet the future on him. He's going to carry us and take us in the future. I think Mr. Trubisky, he might not be that guy either yet, but Mr. Trubisky did get drafted second overall pick. So he has some type of implications of being some type of franchise QB, some type of franchise, player, like the future of the very organization, but they kind of like steered away. They never really built the team around him fully. They gave him some. Yeah, Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson has injuries, but they brought the Mooney in a little later when they drafted him. I think they never really built around the type of and did the scheme that Mr. Trubisky will fit best in, like it's been a lot of RPOs and a lot of different things like play action pass, West Coast type of style. They implemented that a little too late. Like that, and they kind of never make him into a pocket passer. But I always say you should just play to their best abilities. Like, just because you see other people doing, people saying, well, you can't throw the ball from the pocket. Like, if it's working for you, just go ahead and play it. Remember RG3 when he first started up, he was playing phenomenal, playing the West Coast style, throwing on the move, using his legs and using athleticism. But then he started trying to do too much pocket passing. He wanted to switch his style up, switch his game up. They switched his game up kind of completely a little bit. Maybe more into pocket passing. That wasn't really his game, like him standing in the pocket and like launching and like that, and trying to like find guys and like pick. His game was based off his athleticism and his movement, and the unorthodox type of style was like, you can't really predict it. Like that, kind of like Lamar Jackson. You can't predict what's going to happen. When he's going to sling it this way or throw that way. Mahomes, similar stuff like that. They better like that. They can, of course, they can throw from the pocket here and there like that. But I rather have them in their best, put them in the best situation to win. That's what great coaches do. I think the Steelers organization gonna do that. Mike Tomlin and those guys are gonna help him get put in the best situation for him to actually go out there and be the best version of himself. Okay, be the best version of himself. But I think the Mason Rudolph thing is kind of like, I don't know if they have a little love for Mason Rudolph, but if Mason Rudolph was the guy, I think Mason Rudolph would have been the guy. You know, like they would just went off and they would just say, oh, okay, we're going to keep Mason Rudolph for draft Kenny Pickett, and Mason Rudolph would just go into the season. But they didn't do that. They went out and got Mr. Trubisky. And you can probably say, well, they want to have more options. But if you think this guy's the guy, you don't need more options. You like, he's the dude. And we see Mason Rudolph, you know, he had opportunity after opportunity. In 2019, when he came in, at the Big Ben, got injured, he looked pretty good. He looked pretty solid. And, like, you know, he threw 2 touchdowns against the Seahawks in that game, threw 2 touchdowns against the 49ers. You know, he helped us beat the Dolphins. He helped us beat the Bengals. And he was looking all right, beat the Colts and stuff like that. The Ravens game, they got banged in the head. That one right there was a little, it was like after that, it kind of like steered him off course. Like, he started playing a little more hesitant. He was like, it looked like he was afraid to step up in the pocket a little bit after that hit. He came back from injury, and he didn't look the same. I know he helped us win the Rams game, but that was mostly part of the defense. You know, Minka Fitzpatrick getting I think, fumble recovery return, and Joe Hayden getting picks and stuff, so that was more of them doing that. But I think he threw a touchdown to James Washington in the corner, though, on the left side of the end zone. But I think Mr. Rudolph got, I don't know, like, felt like he was a little too hesitant after that. He wasn't, like, being more freely and, like, just letting things, like, you know, just going, and, like, he wasn't that confident when he came back. And he lost his, I always say this, too, like I said in the past video, he lost his starting spot to an undrafted player. Now, Devin Hodges exceeded his expectations. He played better, you know, like, you have an undrafted quarterback, you don't think he's going to come in to play. You don't think he's going to be, like, a driving factor or driving force of the team. But Devin Hodges came in, and he went crazy. Duck Hodges went crazy. He played his expectations. He played like he should play, and he went out there and he kind of played like he played with nothing to lose. Really, he was out there just playing, and that's what he was doing good. He started overthinking it. Like that Bills game, the Jets game, that's when it got bad like that. But he helped us win like 3 or 4 of those games. I think 4 of those games really. The Chargers game, the Cardinals, the Browns, and then the Bengals game. He came in after Mason threw the 3 early interception. He came in and helped us win that game. So I think. If you lose, like I feel like if you lose your job to undrafted guy, especially if you drafted high up 3rd round, and they said the Steelers had a 1st round grade on him. I don't know about the 1st round grade. I was like, yeah, they have a 1st round grade, but they kind of the only team that had him there. Then you have they wait to the 3rd round to get him. I don't think he was warranted a 1st round grade, but that's them. Like, they have him a 1st round grade. But I think you can't if you was valued that high and they looked at you like that type of level, like maybe being a 1st round quarterback, then you should never lose your job or never lose your spot or get get beat out by an undrafted guy. A guy who came in undrafted and who probably didn't have he probably wanted to start. Of course, everybody plays to compete to like be a starting QB or be a starting player in the league. But he probably I think of a reality standpoint, he probably was like, I'm not gonna be the guy, not the guy just yet. Especially coming into the season, you see guys like Big Ben was there and stuff like that. He was on the practice squad and then he got moved up and come in. He just plays well and beat him out. So I think Mason Rudolph, we seen what we seen. And then 2020, he played the last game against the Browns. We were like, oh, he might have a chance. He might be a little better. Maybe learn some stuff like that. But the Browns didn't have their starters out there in the secondary. But maybe he have a chance. And then we see him this year. The past year, we was wondering, things happen, kind of blessings happen in disguise a little bit. We see Mason Rudolph get an opportunity to play against the Detroit Lions. And people saying, well, he only had a couple days of practice. But we've seen QBs multiple times who come in with maybe a day or 2 to practice. Remember, Justin Herbert, for example, top of the head, he came in with only a couple hours, I think. I think like the first day, I think Tyler Taylor got his long puncher by that needle that first day or something like that. On the game day, I think then Justin Herbert was found out that he was starting, and he went in there and he balled out against the that's when Mahomes coming off that 50 touchdown season too. That's the year they won the Super Bowl. He went out there, balled out, and played hard against the Chiefs and like that. And they were like, okay, Justin Herbert is in, tried, we love you, you're solid and stuff like that, but you can't come back to the starting position. You can't be the starter on this team anymore like that because Justin Herbert is going crazy. And Justin Herbert is my fantasy team too. I drafted my fantasy team 1st round. I had to. And then what else happened? Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm talking about Detroit Lions. Yeah, Detroit Lions. He came in, he played, and his first drive was cool. James Washington touchdown. I was like, okay. I remember I was watching on a computer this time. I was playing the game still. Like that, I was like, okay, it looked pretty good. It looked pretty good. Seeing that first drive, he was going out. He was poised in the pocket. He was playing. He was cerebral, decision making, and then he found James Washington, I believe. Was it James Washington? Yeah, it was James Washington. Yeah, in the back of the end zone, And I was like, okay, there we go. That's the Mason. That's the Mason people been waiting to see a little bit, like not overthinking it and stuff like that. And then after that, just fell off like that and like missed a lot of throws. Missed the Raven Clown throw. He was wide open and he threw to the ground. Missed some throws here and there. Threw an interception and stuff like that. But he did get an opportunity to win the game. You know, people are saying, oh, they had an opportunity to win the game. Though Jesse Johnson caught the ball and fumbled, and then Pat Fryer caught the ball and fumbled, and we lost. I mean, we didn't lose, but I kind of as a loss because, you know, we top of the Lions. The Lions was a winless team like that. So that kind of like shows you where Mason was at like that. In one game situations like that. And people have a lot of excuses for Mason. Mason Rudolph, people have a lot of excuses for Mason every time. Like you see, like they say, well, he didn't have time to practice. He never had a full go at it like that. The guys from like, that's too many excuses. He got more excuses in the attendance office. I think they were just having like a lot of excuses about Mason Rudolph. I feel like Mason Rudolph was the guy that Steelers brought in Mr. Trubisky, and they probably would just win with Mason like that, and then drafted Kenny. They probably still drafted Kenny though too, just to be safe for the even further future. I think the rankings go Mr. Trubisky, then it goes Mason Rudolph, and then it goes Kenny Pickett at the moment. But I think Kenny Pickett can maybe slide above Mason Rudolph because Kenny Pickett he gonna be on the team. He's not getting released or anything. But I don't think anything he does can give him the starting job. I think they want to ease him to things. They want to like ease according. They want to just throw him to the fire. Big Ben was supposed to be easing to things, but you know injuries happen, so he had to come in. And you know Tom Brady, same thing. Aaron Rodgers got easing to things and stuff like that. So you just want to like throw them to the fire like that. You could, but you just want to wait and like just learn, like get him to learn the system more, learn things more. And so when he get in, he be the best and he be prepared. Not the best, but prepared the best, and hopefully play like the best as well. But that's all I got for you guys today's video. If you like this video, leave a like. If you don't like it, leave a dislike. But comment in the comment section what you think. And I'll see you guys next time on Arsenal Live.